Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. A very happy new year to all of you. So, as posted before, we are gonna study the Ramayana, chapter 9, which is included in the syllabus of UG semester 1. Before going to the chapter, let's have a small glance of what actually Ramayana is. Composed by the ascetic Valmiki. Okay, it's one of the oldest literary texts in the country. Like all the epics, Ramayana also revolves around the incidents of the life of Lord Rama, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. With its wealth of characters and events, there is plenty to hold the reader's attention. The element of fantasy in flying chariots and talking birds and animals, drama in the abduction of Sita, in the king blowing to pressure from Kaikeyi and exiling his beloved son. The Ramayana is a celebration of emotional ideals. Rama's filial love, Sita's devotion to her husband, Lakshman's elegance to his brother. All these sentiments strike a chord in the hearts of people. The epic relates to the ancient traditions of two powerful races, okay, the Koshalas and the Vidyas, who lived in the northern India between the 12th and the 10th centuries before Christ. When we look at the text of Ramayana, it is divided into various chapters and the count of it is 12. Okay, let's know about the chapters first by name and then we'll go into detail to chapter 9. The chapter 1, or say the first part of the Ramayana, is Sita Swambara, the bridal of Sita. The second one is Vangamana Adesh, the banishment. The third one is Dashrath Viyog, that is the death of the king. Then it's Rama Bharata Sambad, the meeting of the princes in the jungle. Then it's about the Panchvati on the banks of the Godavari. Then it's the Sita Haran, the abduction of Sita. Kishkinda in the Nilgiri mountains. The eighth being Sita Samdesh, that is Sita discovered. Ninth one, Ravan Sabha, the council of war, which we have to study. The 10th one, Yudh, the war in Ceylon. The 11th, Rajya Abhishek, Rama's return and consecration. Then 13th one, Ashwamedh, the sacrifice of the horse. Chapter 9, which will be dealing, has in total 10 subdivisions into it. Namely, Ravan seeks advice, number 1. Number 2 is Prahashta's speech. 3. Durmukha's speech. 4th, Vajradantra speech. The 5th one being speech of Nikumb and Vajrahanu. 6th one, Vibhishan's warning. The 7th one being Kumbhakarna's determination. 8th, Indrajit's assurance. 9th one, Ravan's decision. And the 10th, Vibhishan's departure. We'll be dealing all these 10 subdivisions under this chapter 9, line by line, with full detail and its critical appreciation both. Okay, one more thing. In this video, we'll be studying the Ravan Sabha, an introduction, and the first subdivision, that is Ravan seeks advice, and we'll be doing two subdivisions together in our next videos. Beginning with it, the Ravan Sabha, Ravan was thoroughly frightened by the deeds of Hanuman. We can assume this as everyone can have a different opinion as to know he was not frightened. Yes, he was frightened. But looking at the text before this chapters, we will understand that yes, till one extent he was frightened, because of which he had arranged for this advice session, or say the sabha. Okay, moving further. Hanuman had not only penetrated into his island, but he had discovered Sita as to where was she, where had Ravan kept her. Then he had also burnt many places there. not only few places but a large portion of the city before he had left that place for say to inform Ram as to he has discovered where Sita was. As we'll go ahead, we'll see how Vibhishan left his own brother and joins the army of Rama and gives him a lot of valuable information, and how Kumkaran, the courageous one, determined to fight for his king, his brother Ravana, goes and has a fight with him, but ultimately fate destroys him. Okay, moving further to the first subdivision of the chapter 9, that is Ravan seeks advice. The text is being displayed on your screen, and whatever I explain will have each and every word of the text in it explained. Okay. Ravan, the monarch of Rakshas, addresses the assembly, the Sabha, and speaks to the chiefs, princes gathered over there. He thereafter informs them that Hanuman, one of the loyal and faithful disciple of Rama, has successfully seen the land of Sri Lanka and has also discovered Sita. He has also burnt the city of Lanka without any fear. Moving further, he asks the council of leaders to speak up and present their thoughts, as for him, great success or victory only comes on fearless wisdom. He says that clever kings are those who act according to the council, who are known for truth, and next for him are those who on their ability to make decisions and experience act alone. Last are those who neither weigh danger nor death and even do not ask anyone and simply go away. According to him, the wisest counsel comes when the courtiers meet on any special occasion. And worst for him is when the friends disunite, when the monarch's enemy, foe, is at the gate. Therefore, he asks them to speak freely, and he himself will shape the wisest thought out of the different opinion which will come to him from his men sitting in that sabha. Okay. He asks them to speak with minds and hearts. At the end, he says that war might take into force and Sugriv's force will cross the vast sea and Rama will guide Lanka like a living chain. Here, what does it mean that Rama will girdle Lanka with a living chain? Before that, there is a line as to counsel peace or Ravana's forces to a war of Venigan's lead. Means that if the council will advise him to make peace with Ram or to have a war with him, this will decide as to Rama will girdle Lanka with a living chain, or will they both settle in between them and they will have peace. He'll return Sita back to him with full respect, or will they have a fight? All this will happen according to the council, how they advise him, what are the opinions of the different people sitting there. Okay, this was the explanation of the first subdivision. It is a very small and easy part. If you go on reading the text, you'll understand it. Now, in our next video, we'll be dealing with the second and the third subdivision.